Hey friends, TUXX here. For this particular video, we'll be taking a look at the My Arcade, and this is the Micro Pro Player Tetris, okay? This is part of their newer line of, I guess, higher end, like arcade-looking little cabinets, maybe in response to retro games or some of those companies, third-party companies that make those expensive, like $150, $200, like arcade machine mock-ups, that kind of thing, which are very nice. But, you know, they're kind of expensive, you know? So if you're someone who collects games, but don't want to pop $200 on, you know, 1941 or Tetris machine or something, this is a really good alternative for you. It still gives you the aesthetics of the original arcade cabinet, but at a greatly reduced price. A muchly reduced price. So this is how it comes, and I will have a link for this actually right below. So be sure and click that link to get yours at the very best price, okay? But this is how it comes from Amazon. The Amazon link is below, and you can see very nice aesthetics to it. Very cool. We got Tetris. We got little bricks on the side. Very giftable. On the front here, it has officially licensed product. Ooh, okay. Fully playable. So it not only gives you the look of a cool little Tetris arcade machine, it gives you the gameplay of it too, which is really great. And My Arcade's been really stepping up their game as far as including cool things from Atari and all these different companies trying to really capitalize on like top names of games and top game companies too, which is really cool. On the back here talks a little bit about it, talks about the history of Tetris, which of course is a very lavish history. I will save you the aesthetics of the whole you know, debate about was it legally right to make it in the US and blah blah blah. There's a whole show, I think it's on Apple TV and other services, you know, that you can check out, a movie they made about the history of Tetris. But it's a very interesting story, so I'll just leave it at that for now. But very cool stuff, guys. Very fun game. Obviously, you guys know Tetris. You love Tetris. You probably had it on maybe an original Game Boy, or, you know, played one of the clones of, like, you know, like Pokemon Tetris, or, you know, Dr. Mario, like different games that kind of play off of the Tetris theme of falling things and connecting things, you know, Bejeweled. I mean, there's been a million of them, but very cool stuff. But the box, oh, very good job. They packed it up nice. Has a nice little hang tag there, very sturdy, and it says collect them all, myarcade.com. So very cool. You guys know I love to collect these little mini machines. In fact, if you go back in my queue on TUXX Toys, I have a whole bunch of them of different types of companies and that kind of thing. So I do love these little mini arcade machines, and this is actually my first Tetris one, so I'm pretty excited about that. Let's go ahead and open this up here. We'll take my trusty scissors, and it looks like we have a little bit of tape here to cut through, so we can definitely do that. We'll give it a little snippy snip. We'll go for both sides here, if I can get in here. I try and keep these boxes nice, although this one here, I think I might just, I've already snagged the plastic a little bit. There we go. And I think that's enough to open it. Let's see here. Is there one more? Oh my gosh, there is more. There is more in the back here. All right, I got to show this real quick. So the back, I didn't know this was like magnetic back that actually opens up here to show the game controls. Has some very nice pictures. It looks like it takes 4 AA batteries, so pretty cool. Or you can plug it in and use it with USB, okay? Which, more about that in just a little bit. Looks like they comment on the small form factor, so you can actually put it in a backpack, maybe take it to a friend's house or something, you know. And of course, it looks great just on the cabinet. And on the top here, it does talk a little bit about, again, an officially licensed Tetris product, fully playable, 2.5 inches high resolution display, okay, adjustable screen brightness, and powered by 4 AA batteries, not included, okay, or a USB-C cable not included. So that's a little unfortunate. You guys know I love devices with cables that come with them, but that's fine. I'm sure we have a USB-C around here somewhere. And Tetris, besides the history of Tetris coming over from Russia, there's also a whole problem with Tetris, and Atari actually back in the day on the original NES with a Tengen series of cartridges, where basically they had their own Tetris game, and there was a whole court thing about who has the right to release it on consoles. So like a lot of weird legal stuff with Tetris for sure. So it's interesting they picked this game. All right, so we're gonna pull this open here. There we go. Almost got past the do it. Almost. Yep, there we go. Kind of tricky opening. Lots of plastic pieces. We'll take that off, and here is the little machine. And there really isn't a hole at the bottom here. It looks like there is a little instruction booklet, but there is, again, no cables or anything else. We're just going to let that be for now, and we'll put this to the side and just admire this beautiful little cabinet. At the bottom here does have some rubbery grips, so it won't slide too much on the desk, which is really nice. The actual little My Arcade part here, this peels off. I guess it's just like a little representation for Tetris, what it looks like. We'll leave that on for right now, but we'll take it off in a moment. The sides are really well done, and I'd have to take a look if this is the official like artwork of Tetris. For some reason, I don't think it looked like this, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll look into that here for you. But very cool. Looks very Tetris-y though. So good. On the back here, it looks like it does have to use high quality batteries. Oh, there is a screw. Oh, I hate that. Like, I wish machines didn't have a little screw. It makes it very hard to change, but we'll get past that little hurdle. Looks like we do have volume up, down, and power back here. And then Tetris on the side. And then a little fake coin slot here on the bottom. So pretty cool. And then the joystick itself feels very good. Very, very clicky. I don't know if this is the feeling of an original Tetris joystick. But very good. Just with a quick Google search of Tetris arcade machines, I was really curious about that. I had to stop. It looks like this is not the original arcade Tetris design. You can see there are machines that have a much more colorful side one. And I think the one that I used to play back in the day in the arcade had more of a like a Russian building kind of look to it. And the sides look like that. So I believe there have been different Tetris machines. Like this one might be a good representation of it, with a little castle and just a decal on the side. That's probably like a conversion arcade machine. But it looks like there have been a few of them, but I don't see any of them that exactly look like this side. So anyway, that's something to think about My Arcade. If you're making more of these, maybe you wanted to have the original arcade artwork on the side. At least one of them that kind of matches one of these versions of Tetris might be a good idea. Okay, to save a little trouble, I decided to go with a USB actual plug-in as opposed to using batteries, but again, it does take 4 AA batteries. I used USB-C, as you can see. Again, this is my cable, it did not come with it. We're going to go ahead and plug this in here. Plugs in very nicely. Again, we do have headphones here, we do have a screen brightness, and we do have volume, plus, minus, and the power. We'll go ahead and peel off the official little graphic here. It looks like the little example graphic. Let me see if I can peel that off gracefully without scratching everything up here. Don't really have much fingernail action here going. Oh boy, that's really on there, isn't it? Okay, that took a much more work than I should have, but I did finally get this peeled a little bit so we can peel off the screen cover. And that does have a pretty nice arcadey kind of look to it. It has a little bit of a bezel. You can see about a couple millimeters thick there, so very cool. Let's go ahead and we'll put this to the side here. In fact, I'll just stick it on there for now. And we'll go ahead and give us the first power up here. We're going to hit the power button here on the back and see if it boots up. And oh, that does light up. That's pretty cool. And there's like, I guess, a My Arcade logo. Let me dim the lights so we can check this out better. Okay, so with the lights dimmed, we can go ahead and hit start. There we go. Looks like we have pretty good volume there. We'll hit start again. Controls very nicely. You can see they rotate very quick, either direction, left or right. Let's drop this down here. Tetris is a really fun game. Like, it's just one of those classic games. The music sounds correct. At least I believe so. Let me know in your opinion if the music's correct or not. I don't remember if it said bingo or not. It's kind of interesting. Alright, you can see this game is very functional and fun. I'm sure you guys have seen Tetris before, so you kind of know what's involved here. Looks like there is a hold button, but the weird part, the hold doesn't really seem to do anything, which is interesting. And we have power off again and start. Interesting. Maybe the hold is something for the game? Like, I don't remember hold being part of the Tetris gameplay, to be honest with you. That's very interesting. But all in all, I'd say it controls very good, and it looks great. and it's very playable for sure. The controls are very, very nice. I mean, they're very quick. They're not laggy or have any kind of problems or anything. So I'd say the controls are decent, you know, for being just like little controls. The joystick has a very nice clicky feel I like. And it does have sounds when you press it too, which is good. As you can see, you can turn sound on and off, music on and off, ghost piece on or off, handicap levels, level. And all in all, like, this is definitely an enjoyable Tetris experience. It is small enough to go in a backpack, but it is kind of big. And again, I kind of wish that it actually had the arcade look. Let me play a few more games. I'll be back with final thoughts. Okay, so I had a chance to play a few more games on here, and I have to say it's a very enjoyable experience. I kind of wish it was a little bit more like the actual arcade machine Tetris. I mean, if you're a collector of miniature arcade machines, that kind of thing, it's always nice when they have original artwork. And there have been other ones, like if you go back to my queue on TUXX Toys, you'll see there's a number of like little mini arcade cabinets that sometimes they're hit or miss. Sometimes they have the original arcade side, which is really nice, but it's not always nice, hard, smooth plastic like this. Like, this is very good quality, both up here on the game area with the joysticks and on the sides. It feels very nice, very high quality. It's not just like a paper sticker on there that's going to get worn down in time. It feels very, very nice. The actual aesthetic is kind of like a generic arcade machine, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily like a Tetris arcade machine, especially how, like, the top part here, if it's going to have these little side parts, this right here, maybe it should have like a little bezel or something that comes across a marquee, you know, it says Tetris or something. I don't know if that would be so hard to make or so hard to include in on it. I do like the way the little coin spots do light up again. Let me show you here. We'll turn this off. You can see there's a little bit of a light in there, so that's kind of cool. That's a nice little touch, you know, and the original boot up animation is pretty cool too. So I would say, you know, for the price, this really doesn't cost that much right now. In fact, I'll have the best price for you right below. At the time of me purchasing this, I want to say it was around $15 on Amazon, but that could have been a sale price. I think normally they're about double that. But anyway, I'll have the best price for you right below. But if you are into Tetris, this might be a great way to go. And if you collect little mini arcade machines or know someone who does, this might make a great gift for yourself or for someone else, you know, to add to the collection, if you will. And Tetris, of course, is a timeless game that I'm sure people will enjoy playing for a very long time. So it's not the kind of game that you'd buy, like, let's say, Mr. Do or something, and then it would just sit, like, on the shelf of mini arcade machines forever. I could see myself picking this up from time to time and playing me a little Tetris, you know? So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. If you have any question about the My Arcade Mini Tetris Micro Player Pro, okay, let me know in the comments below, or shoot me a message at tuxtoys@gmail.com. You guys know I'm here to help, okay? All right, I appreciate watching this video. We'll talk to you soon. I'm going to play some Tetris. Bye. Click the link.